Okay, I know this will bring the sound, but audio input. Oh, it's at default, that's why. Okay. Okay. Now the sound should be fine. There's a thing with audio input. Oh, it's at default, that's why. Okay. Okay. Now the So there's a problem with I'm using OBS as the streaming software, and being that most technology doesn't like to work correctly, it doesn't save any of my settings really. So if I have this is my microphone, right? External mic, it's much better than the built-in computer mic. And I have that set to retain its settings so I don't have to go and reinvent the wheel every time I want to have a show. And it conveniently forgets all of the settings basically on a daily basis. So I have to go and hear all kinds of problems. No sound. Stuff doesn't work very well. Settings aren't retained. And this kitty is in heat as well. So if anyone has a tomcat that needs relief, she needs some relief also. She's been going crazy. You've been feeling some type of way, huh, kitty? Yeah. She's like 7 or 8 months, so this is her first time being a woman kitty. She's just feeling horny. Yeah? With no male kitties around to help you out? Omar should be back in a few minutes. Again, if anyone would like to hop on. What do you guys think about the Pope disappearing? What do you think about that one? There's theory that he got replaced and... Hey Mike. Annie, Susie, welcome everybody. Trevor Matrix Breaker posted a thing today that said a bunch of the Vatican have been taken out and replaced with holograms, including Tom Hanks' kitten. And now we're dealing with just holograms, which would explain why the Pope just went back into his little window and then disappeared. Still, though, it depends on which theory you're operating from, because if we're in a simulation to begin with, you can't really have a hologram inside of the simulation, because the simulation is itself a hologram. You start getting regression in almost any direction that you look at if you're not careful with the terminology that you're using. Today's show will just be me and Spazzy. She's more spaz than Zen recently. Yeah, wouldn't that be creepy if you just saw the Pope floating by your window? Just blinking in and out? What do you think about this, kitty? Hmm? You're just horny? You don't care, do you? Yeah, you're just horny. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is what she sounds like most of the day. Yep. You can make a hologram out of a hologram, I suppose. What's up with this? If there were guy cats around here, I'm pretty sure they would be here already, because I know she's putting out her womanly kitty scents. And I haven't seen any guy cats around. So, I don't know. How's the energy for everybody? Cat's not as good as me. I have not taught her to play chess yet. I've had the feeling recently that it's some form of idiocracy, in that you have you have one aspect going up and the other aspect going down, but they're both in the same pool, so they have to interact with one another. And the aspect that's going up is technology, in terms of complexity and what we would call evolving, and then the human aspect is going down, again in terms of complexity and evolving. Not we, but the collective is doing something that would be better characterized as devolving, and then those two things, one's going up and one's going down. Sorry, like this. They're still in the same pool, so they still have to interact with each other to some extent. But as the human element is devolving itself, the thread that binds the two, being that they are in the same pool, becomes thinner and thinner and more absurd. So you see the governors saying things. Governors are supposed to be in control, right? They're supposed to tell people what to do. So they have this feeling inside that says, I'm in control and I need to tell all these people something. But their level of intelligence has been getting slimmer and slimmer by the day. So they don't have a large pool. They don't have a large, diverse pool of information to pull from. And on top of that, they have severe restrictions limited on them by the controlling structure itself, which is not them. So they just start appearing like babbling morons. Which is that it was like this to me a long time ago. It's just becoming more evident now. There is not anything resembling intelligence coming out of any of the talking heads whatsoever, with the exception of Trump. You can tell that he's playing some sort of the game. He's playing some aspect of the interdimensional chess game, but the people themselves have been reduced to on-off switches. It's like mask, click, on. You know, toilet paper, click, bought. It's just something like that. So you've become the end result of a relay switch, which means that you are just participating in a very big double blind test where you're the blind one. Don't worry, be happy, all part of the plan. Yeah. I mean, that's always... If some nefarious elite is trying to do something, it's always better for them if the... I mean, do you want your guinea pig to be thrashing around on the table, or would you rather that it be calm? That's just a question you have to ask, and then you find out if don't worry, be happy is part of the plan. But at the same time, I'm not saying to go out and start parading around your local government and, say, I'm no longer going to be a sheep and things like that. You can do that. I don't think that level of action is going to be effective at this point. Great energy here. Good. That's good to hear, Susie. It depends on what aspect of self you're talking about, because at the level of the character you're playing, then yes, it's not necessarily great to just listen to Bob Marley and don't worry, be happy. It's not necessarily a smart thing to do from that level. Because if there is a wolf running around trying to take all of your trinkets, then if you're sitting around humming to yourself, then you won't necessarily notice that he's doing that. But on in the stratosphere level of self, don't worry, be happy is not even something that you choose or not. Like, it's just silence is the state of being. And once you become adept at moving between levels of self, then you can sort of choose which level you want to be at. Even if the sky is actually falling because the simulator is dying or something. You can choose. Omar's back, but he does not have audio. This kitty's so horny. Yeah, I know. We did a little bit of research, and people were saying that if you massage their butts, like right at the base of their tail, then it will help them release some of that energy, because it's a similar feeling to when they're actually getting some, and they can not be bottling all that information. Thank you, Lucas. Can you post a link for the chat? The link for the chat should be in the actual live description box. If it's not there, please let me know. Is there no description box when you're watching live? Is that non-existent? I could just post it by hand here. Let's see. That's not it. I'll post it here in the chat. Just 1 second. I don't even consider myself as delivering information. I suppose that's sort of happening, but... Copy. You do see it, Susie? I'll post it in the chat anyway. Hey, what's up, Richard? I think your name's Richard. Avery, right? Is that you? Welcome. You gotta teach me how to play guitar. Okay, this is the link. This is the link. If anybody wants to hop on to the show, just click that link. You may have to download something. Uh-oh. Did I disappear the chat? I think I might have disappeared the chat on accident. Let's see. I'll try and make a new one. April 26th, Gary started a video call. Okay, I gotta start another one. I think I deleted the chat on accident. Crap. Omar, can you hear me? Okay, I'm gonna go back in here. I'm gonna repost the new link. And alright, try that link. No, Richard, we have a cat that's like at 8 months, and she just became in heat like 2 days ago. So we don't have any toms around here to service her, so she's just like humping everything and making sexy kitty noises. Come here, kitty. Come here. The link is if you want to hop on the discussion. We're meeting via Jitsi. It's like a Zoom alternative. I think I'm on it. Where did it go? It keeps disappearing. No, it's right here. Okay, this is Jitsi right here. So the link is if you want to jump on and join the conversation. It's just a conference tool like Zoom and GoToMeeting, so on and so forth. You want to see my guitar? I'll show you my newbie beginner guitar. This was $45 from Amazon. 6 strings, not tuned at all. Like half the strings are very loose. But it did come with a tuning kit, and I don't know, I think for $45 it's pretty reasonable. I've never played guitar before, so long as it sounds somewhat like a guitar, I'm good. There are people right there, so I would walk out me. Hey, Richard, what happened to your show yesterday? I was watching and it just disappeared. Were they mad that your friend was about to share something? Oh, Saki headed back?
Just reboot. Oh, there you go.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, what do you mean he's back? I've been watching your gray ass screen for the last 10 minutes, trying to get you to boot your computer again.
No, I think I just clicked on the. I don't know what happened.
That's funny. Okay, so anyway, how's your morning?
It's good. I don't know. I'm fine.
Well, you have literally somehow managed to purchase the cheapest guitar in the history of guitars. I don't know how you got that kind of deal on it. Did you steal it?
No. It's just I went and searched acoustic guitar on Amazon, and there was one for $45 with free shipping, brand new.
That's insane. Like I got suckered into buying my first. Okay, so I was given my first guitar by an ex-girlfriend as a birthday present, and she said, "Promise me one thing: you'll learn how to play my favorite Jets to Brazil song."
What's it called?
Never could figure out how to play the song, so that was like kind of scared me away from the instrument for a while. But eventually, well, you know how like I got jumped and had the car accident and all that. I was in so much pain that I actually pawned a guitar for money to buy weed.
Well, how much did? No, you said she gave it to you as a gift, right? Your girlfriend. Haters or AI bots? We have somebody else trying to join. I don't know who it is. Omar's audio has disappeared. What videos? What kind of videos? Oh. I don't know what the name of your friend is, Richard. Richard has a female friend that's either hosting or he's the host, I'm not sure. But she was sharing a video of this guy in a hospital setting who was trying to refuse some sort of injection or vaccination, and he kept saying something like, "You don't know me, and this is against, and I'm not crazy, and I don't want this thing, whatever it is that you're trying to give me." And eventually it sounds like the camera turns off of him, and it sounds like they forced it because he started screaming and yelling. That's what was in the video that they shared. And they did end up sharing it, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be able to tell the story. But literally the second that she was about to press play on that video clip, their whole stream crashed, and then YouTube said, "Stream has been shut down due to copyright violations." But then they got it back up in like 2 seconds. Yeah, the Really Woke Show. What's her name, Richard? I guess you could say it's an honor. Yep. Unless it's just AI bots, then it's just like, who knows what is the algorithm that's deciding what's socially acceptable and not. Then I don't know. Roxanne the Globalist Denier. Roxanne, okay. I should be able to remember that name. Who do we have trying to join us? This is what I want to know. I don't know who this is. It could be somebody just listening in. Oh, they just disappeared. Okay. There's something about the denying of social gatherings that is very important here. And it's really interesting because the system has somehow managed to get the majority of the lemmings to decide that they're not going to go near each other or look at each other, and every time, they pass one another, they're going to do this and avert the gaze, Somehow they managed to get people to do that. I don't really understand how. Maybe Omar needs to tell people how to get Jitsi to work. If Omar was around, he'd be able to do that. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Richard. You're welcome to hop on and share your views at some point. I don't think Jitsi should be that difficult to get to work, but I don't remember how complicated the process was. Yep. Take care, Richard. Have a good one. I know it's optional whether or not you show your video and sound, but at the same time people might be trying to come on and share and not knowing how, in which case Omar would need to help them out. I don't think it's difficult though. Come on, Omar. Participant has stopped the camera and participants muted. So it looks like, I don't think it's that complicated. I think people decide if they want to say something or not. Oh, it's Susie. Hey, Susie.
Hey! I did it! Can you hear me?
Yeah. You made it.
Oh my god, so head melting.
Yes. Was it hard? Was it hard to get that thing to work?
Yeah, I just had to change my browser.
Okay. What
yeah.
browser are you using?
I don't think it's that complicated.
Uh-oh. We have feedback now.
Cool. I don't know if I have other ones running, so I might try. I did it! Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You made it.
Oh my god, so head melting.
Yes. Was it hard? Was it
Maybe
hard?
if you have, do you have headphones or an earpiece?
Yeah, I just had to change my browser.
It just
Okay.
needs to be that you don't have a version of the show playing as well. That, like,
Yeah.
audibly.
Turn it off.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
I think I'm good now.
First name, last name says they don't see their comments. I do see your comments. I'm not sure about everyone else, but I see your comments. Yeah. Chat stopped updating. I can't really help with that. I can see your comments. How's it going, Susie? What's happening over there?
Your microphone appeared to be noisy. Sorry. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm in good form, and I'm just finding it all kind of humorous
Yeah.
at this stage, which is, I don't know, it's a good way to feel. I think humor is a good antidote to madness.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely.
I'm pretty protected, though. I'm not exposed to too much.
How has sleep been for you?
The last few days,
Whoops. If you get to it, feedback. Okay, well, Susie figures her thing out. Let's see if I can find you. What videos? The what videos question, is that what you're talking about? The one where you're asking what videos?
Mike is working. You disappeared. Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
My connection might be a little sketchy. I'm not sure exactly. I thought the connection was amazing here, but then it turned out that it's a little bit spotty, so I may pop in and out, hopefully not too badly.
It's alright.
But, yeah, sleep. See, like, this whole connection thing, it looks like it's seeping over into the shows now as well. Which is pretty silly.
This whole weekend has been like that.
Yeah. I've got all kinds of people wanting to hop in, but no speaky loudy. I guess I need to look into the extender. ZY5 extender. The link isn't working for Ren. I could just switch over to Zoom and see if that's working while we're waiting around for Omar. What's it doing?
It just keeps showing me and no one else.
Okay. Yeah, it's a
So I'm
similar
there,
thing.
and then there's people there, and then they disappear.
Yeah. There's like 2 other people trying to join. I know Rin's trying to join. It could be the internet on my end is messing up. I'm not 100% sure what's going on.
It's alright, I'm just awkward with these things.
Yeah.
Makes me feel extra awkward, but I want to push through because
Yeah.
I want to, just feel comfortable with this new.
See, it's like when someone else comes in, it boots. Like when Omar tries to come in, it boots Susie off. I don't know. Maybe we can try Zoom. I'm gonna try Zoom just for shits and giggles. Because Jitsi isn't working. It could just be that the connection is not good enough. I don't know. Watch, I'll show you the connection. The supposed connection. Every time I do this, it's the same thing, like, and it looks like it's steady. 35 megs per second should not have any issues. It just shouldn't. Almost 40. Okay, up is 1.8. Up is a little bit. Even now, it's jumping up to 10. There should not be issues with this type of internet. There shouldn't. There really should be no problems. I'm gonna try Zoom, just like I said, shits and giggles. I think Omar's trying to try one more Jitsi thing. Omar, can you hear me? Can't hear you. Okay. Omar, we have like 3 people trying to join the chat, and it's my internet says it's fantastic on this side, but it doesn't seem to be working. Doesn't seem to be translating well into working internet. I can't hear you. No soundy coming from computer thingy. I'm about to try for Zoom. Rin's trying to join. Mike's trying to join. Computer's like, I told you guys not to get together, god damn it. 6 feet. 6 feet. You're too close. Your faces are not 6 feet apart on the screen. Sound is up on my computer. If your audio is working, I should be able to hear you, Omar. How do we chat on this stupid thing? Try this one. And I don't know what type of signs you're trying to put at me. The other day I was wearing my girlfriend's panties in my face as a mask. It said naughty info on it.
Nice.
You should really just reboot. Reboot the whole computer? Yeah, I didn't see that joke either. Your joke probably was not socially appropriate. And it got flagged for social inappropriateness. The whole computer. Omar thinks I should do the whole computer. Okay, we'll try Omar's suggestion. I'll reboot everything. The current resolution, which is not optimal.
You can fix that in OBS. Oh.
Audio stream bitrate. Stream health is excellent. See, this thing is... None of the words ever agree with each other. Too many lies in the system.
Oh, no, that's interesting. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, let me try something else. I muted myself because I'm connecting on the phone to simulate a different person because that's on LTV.
You're trying to figure out why the other people aren't able to get on?
I'm simulating somebody else connecting, but connecting not on Wi-Fi from my phone.
Okay.
By the way, I started trying to install Jitsi on the web server last week, but then I got distracted by like 20 other things.
Okay. So what's happening with Jitsi, it appears like when someone else tries to come on, it reduces the other person in the chat to no audio and no video. Ostensibly because there's too much data coming through and the whole thing would crash if it did not do that. But I have no idea. I just removed a bunch of shit off my computer yesterday, so there shouldn't be any problems with my operating space. Yeah, it's from this. What's that? I'm gonna do this.
Where's
That's Omar?
I know, I was thinking it's ASMR, you're blowing.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this into my own hands and go back to Zoom. And just see if there's any difference. I can at least toggle that against the other one. Where is Zoom? Why is it not here? Why is anything not ever where it was like the day before? I know it's in here, but if you have the icon here, why does it not stay there? It's like doesn't retain information anymore. Yep. We're gonna try it with Zoom, and just to see if this should shed light on whether it's my internet connection or not. I will share the Zoom link here and with Omar. So I want everyone that tried to join before to try to join with the Zoom link. And see if it's actually the bandwidth that's the problem, or if it's interference, or if it's whatever. We should be able to get some indication on what's going on. Theoretically speaking. See, even my face is not lagging now on Zoom like it was on Jitsi. My own feedback with my own video was lagging before. I don't have enough eye rolls in my imagination for this realm. I really don't. It would be eye roll emoji just falling out of every pore, rolling down all the hills. Pretty soon you have oceans of eye roll emojis, and people could go and have a swim in there.
That'd be a good cartoon.
Okay, Susie's here. I'll text this to Omar as well. Jitsi is experiencing some type of hammer to their server. Wonder why. Susie, can you hear me? Unmute yourself.
You can unmute her too.
I can? Where?
Manage participants.
No.
You should be able to.
I think she has to unmute herself.
Okay.
You've got to unmute yourself. $19.94 speeds. Okay. I don't have enough eye rolls inside of my brain. There's not enough in there. There are not insufficient eye roll emojis. Susie is, no, she's connecting to audio. Okay, now can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Did you have to do something on your screen to enable your audio?
Yeah, just on the bottom left-hand corner.
You-
Join
you-
with audio or something.
You have to turn off the
Yeah, the other ones. Okay.
noise.
Easier said than done. Easier said than done. One second. Zoom. I'm going to come out of Zoom, so keep that. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Did you have to do something on your screen to enable your audio?
Yeah, just on the bottom left-hand corner. Join with audio or something.
You have to turn off the
Yeah, the other ones. Okay. Easier said than done. Oh my god. Still don't know.
Let's do that for now,
Yeah,
so it doesn't continue.
right. Just, Susie, just find the browser that is playing the video and shut that off. You have to find in your computer there's a browser that's playing the YouTube video from my channel and shut that one off.
Okay.
It's fine, don't worry about it. It's totally fine.
Sorry. I'm getting overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Which one?
Susie, just find the browser that is playing the video.
Like, you're playing a YouTube video from Gary's channel, right? Somewhere on your computer.
Yeah.
You just gotta turn that one off.
You have to find in your computer there's a browser that's playing the YouTube video from my channel. Shut that off.
Yeah, I'm looking for it, but I don't want to shut off this. And
No,
all I can
no,
see
this is
one.
Zoom. They're separate. This is
Fine,
Zoom.
don't worry about it.
Just
Okay,
mute
there
it.
it is. There. Did I do it?
Yeah, I think you're good.
Yay!
Good job, Susie.
Oh my god.
This
It's
is
like flying
such
a plane.
such a pain in the ass just to have a conversation.
It's unbelievable. Now I can't find it. There.
Okay,
There.
whoever joined, good job, Susie.
I think I can
Success.
still hear an echo. Oh no, there's another girl. Okay, that's
Yes.
good.
Rin.
Hello. Excellent.
Wow, the Neggies really don't want us communicating with each other today.
Man, that was intense.
Keep your avatars 6 feet away from each other. I see on the screen they're like right cozied up next. No,
I know.
that's
one
way.
in, one out.
That's way too close.
Yeah.
Rin, can you hear me? You have to unmute yourself.
I don't see her now. I only see you. So.
Okay, can you hear me now, Ren?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
there,
can
yeah.
hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
Ren, you made it. You made it through the technology apocalypse. Or
Yeah,
Finally.
Not
I don't know what's going on there.
I have to retrain my brain that apocalypse does not mean like violent end of the world, because that's the programming that we were given with that word, I think. And the actual word just means unveiling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. So much work.
Yeah.
Mike, you want to try to join again? I think Zoom is going to work fine. I don't know who else was trying to join.
Where's Omar?
I don't know where Omar is. He's trying to figure out why Jitsi's not working. He's angry, I think. But he should be here in a minute.
Okay.
How's it going, Ren?
Not too bad. I'm getting a bit bored though.
Yeah? You're not working at all, right? You're not doing your martial arts?
No, it's been about 5 weeks. I'm doing my own training at home, but I'm missing students. I'm missing the dojo.
Yeah. Are you able? Did you have to file for the rent thing? The non-payment thing? Or
I'm not. No, I haven't.
You have not. Okay.
No.
Yeah, I think we're the only ones in our apartment complex that are actually going to work, because most everything has been deemed non-essential.
Right, guys, I'm having a bit of trouble with my. I'm actually on my phone. I'm going to try and fire up the laptop, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. See you in a bit, guys.
See ya.
See ya. Susie, are you out of work?
Yeah, well, I normally just do my thing at home.
Okay. You're not participating.
So my circumstances have barely changed. I think on 2 occasions I kind of noticed that I couldn't buy something in the hardware store and I couldn't go swimming, but really my circumstances have not been impacted.
I see.
Yeah, which I kind of like it. It's kind of optimum for me.
Yeah.
In almost every respect.
Yeah.
Except for the street parties that they're having every week now on Saturday.
Really?
Yeah, and bingo and raves. Raves from 2:30 and until
Nice.
yeah.
Omar, can you hear us?
Yeah.
See, look
Hi,
at
Omar.
see how there's no lag and no problems and no one's getting booted out the second someone else comes in. It was just
Yeah, I
Jitsi.
think there's Zoom down with Jitsi or whatever it's called. Boom Jitsi.
No, just to provide in a sentence an explanation for the tech reasons. Something servers get attacked sometimes by like hackers or 100,000 people decide to just try to connect to it at the same time. I checked their speed, and their speed was going at like what it would be in 1995 if you were to dial into something. So something happened to them, and it's just like when Facebook goes down or whatever. It's just temporary, but
Wow.
anyway, we're here, and it's working. So
Is it what they call a DDoS attack, or what do they call that?
yeah,
Yeah?
distributed denial of service attack.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, because I was worried that it was my end, and maybe Omar, you can shed some light on this extremely frustrating problem that I have. So I like to play chess, yes? Something that I enjoy. I cannot play chess here for some reason. Like, I will get on and try to play, and 3 or 4 times during the game it will say connection has been disrupted, and then I will have to refresh the web browser, and by that time lots of seconds will have gone off of my game, and then I inevitably end up losing on time or turning it off because I'm angry. And as you can see, to this stream we have Susie from Ireland, we have you from, wherever you're at, in California. We have me in Oregon, and there's no delay, no problems, no interruptions. Does that jive in your mind? Does that work together correctly?
It can get complicated, but on a simple level, what usually happens is, so you're trying to connect to the chess server, and this happens through your browser, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are technologies that are under the surface of that website, usually a database, and then there's also the code that makes the website appear, and then there's the PHP code that interfaces with the code that makes the website appear. And then there's multiple layers, like there's JavaScript, so there's like maybe usually 5 or 6 different types of code on a web page, all at the same time, all working together to provide the different components you see in the experience when you're using the site.
Yeah.
So, still keeping it simple, what ends up happening is the more complicated a site is, the harder it is to get it to work under different circumstances. So, say you install a firewall, or you get a new program that runs in the background on your computer and uses a certain port. Even something simple like that could mess up what's happening with your chess thing. And it's really, I'm not going to lie, it's really, really annoying.
Yes.
To try to figure out how this stuff works. And, I mean, you see the screenshots I post where it's all just words and stuff. That's what I'm staring at all day. But it's,
I don't know how you do that.
It's so complicated, and there's so many reasons it could go wrong. But I would have to, like, use the website myself, and then I'd have a better idea of what's actually involved in making it run to actually answer that accurately.
Yeah, it's both websites. I use chess.com and Lichess, and both of them have displayed the same type of interruptions. Wow, my connection is perfectly fine.
Sorry, I was going to say, what is USCF? What's the official USCF tourney server online?
They don't have one.
They used to.
I don't think those official chess federation things don't, generally speaking, involve themselves that much with online servers.
Well, in 1994, I was playing chess on the USCF FIDE server.
Yeah, FIDE. I didn't even know that they had like officially endorsed online servers. The chess community has been very resistant to sort of technological. And as you can see with the insanity of the world today, perhaps they're correct in doing that. It's almost like saying, no, we should keep books around, for aesthetic benefits rather than just dumping to like, the online reader platforms.
Well, it was really nice. Like, in 1994, we had a computer at the chess club that I was a member of. And I would go a couple times a week. Thursday nights were pizza night. That kind of a chess club.
Mm-hmm. And
there were maybe like 50 or 60 kids that were there all the time. And the instructor, Jay Stallings, really, really cool guy.
Jay Stallings?
His wife. Jay Stallings, yeah.
Okay.
Him and his wife ran it. And their kid Jackson grew up there. Spelled the old way, like Samuel L. Jackson.
Uh-huh.
And Jackson started actually playing chess when he was 4. And he could play a game and beat most of the 10 and unders when he was 6. And then by high school, he was rated like 2,800 or something like that.
Probably not 2,800.
What's that?
2,800?
He was rated really high. He was practically a grandmaster in high school.
2,800 is super grandmaster. But of course, depends on what rating system you're talking about. Maybe 2,100?
What's the unadjusted?
unadjusted. Well, like the FIDE rating system, everyone in the world that's not an expert is underneath like 1800, 1700, and then expert starts at 18 to 2000. Master is like 2000 to 2200. That's like low master, and then you start getting your titles somewhere around like 21 to 25, and grandmasters start at like 25. It's roughly that.
Okay, well, when I was going there, Jay was like 2240 or something.
Yeah, that's right around the beginning, like level that you start getting a title awarded at. Kind of like in martial arts, where you start getting a couple belts up, where you could be recognized as having achieved something recognizable.
Okay. Well, basically, because of his tutelage under his dad, he was as good as his dad when he was in high school.
Yeah. That's how the people that become really, really, really good, they always start off as sort of prodigies, and they're beating everyone. They're beating all the title people when they're like 11, 12, 13 years old. Sometimes less.
One of our favorite things to do was on Tuesdays we had Bug House.
Oh, yeah.
And, all hell breaks loose on Bug House.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
Pieces flying all over the place.
And then we had Speed Bug House. And then, occasionally we had, like, simuls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one of Jay's best friends, Michelangelo, was a professional entomologist, the bug guy.
Really?
Yeah. And him and Jay, once a year, did a chess camp, they rented out a cabin somewhere in Southern California in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And we would go there for I think the week, and him and Michelangelo and Michelle were responsible for all of us, and our parents left us, and we all took turns cooking dinner, and it was really fun.
I've never been to a chess camp, but I do enjoy going to like the local chess scenes, and none of which we can do now because of the obvious, but
I think Jay actually moved up to Seattle.
Oh, really?
His thing used to be called Chess for Kids. Now it's called Coach Jay's Chess Academy.com. He started this thing called the California Youth Chess League. Empowering youth to grow through chess. Founder and director Jay Stallings is ranked as an expert with the U.S. Chess Federation. CYCL was founded as a nonprofit in 1996, and since that time, Jay has taught chess to more than 40,000 kids and has developed the program over the last 25 years.
Okay, I see it. That was the father of the kid that you knew?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Cool. Well,
if he lives around you, you should connect with him. He's really cool.
Okay. Yeah, if he's in Washington, he's not that far off. We should probably talk about non-nerdy things, otherwise we won't retain any of the audience, I think.
This is true. We've already lost Rin and Susie. Rin to her coffee, which is understandable, and Susie to her phone in the corner. Come back.
I'm back. I've lost my coffee.
I need more coffee.
Okay.
So, current events. I don't know. Sometimes I feel torn between talking about current events and talking about something I actually care about a lot, because current events are so insane and amorphous that there isn't a lot necessarily to say about it. Aside from what are the lemmings doing nowadays? Are they wearing what flavor of masks are the sheep wearing nowadays?
Just like a day or two ago, I was talking to, I forget who I was talking to about this, but the expression was kind of okay, so I asked my dad about this as well, maybe a month or two ago, and he said it's never going to stop because it's human nature to do this, but that answer isn't satisfactory to me because I live in an ideological bubble, but that's my own problem.
Mm-hmm.
But so the situation is this: I said, why are there all of these things that people get so caught up in that they can't see that there's just going to be another thing next week that they get caught up in, and then another thing next week that they caught up in. And it's like, imagine when you're at the playground and you're 5 and you're riding that horse that's on the spring, but the horse never actually moves, but you have the illusion that you're rocking back and forth like you're riding the horse and going somewhere when you're a kid.
Uh-huh.
But the adults that sort of ascribe to this system are sitting on that horse and they're expecting to like move to another part of the park, but they're just one week after the other, it's just like insert a new chip into the horse and they're going to ride that program until they get told to do something else. How the fuck do you live like that?
Oh,
I'm sorry, I can't do it.
I don't know. I really don't know, but it's like the adults riding that horse that you're talking about they're the majority. So like we have to actually witness it with our own eyes when we look outside. It's not something that is like cloistered into, you know, the weird parts of town. It's the whole entire thing. Like,
oh, dude, I see my friends doing it. I see people that are very intelligent that I respect a great deal doing it, and I just have to wonder, how the fuck does this work?
How does it work?
I mean, I know how it works,
Tell me,
but I don't like it. But still, I can't rationalize it.
hmm.
And I know both of you understand exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, of course. It's the same thing we've been talking about forever. It makes it so you can't communicate with people. Like, I can't communicate with the people that are following that type of behavior because I can't communicate with them. There's nothing to say. There's barely anybody there to talk with in the first place. I would be talking to the program that told them, hey, wear this on your face. And I'm not interested in talking to that program. It has nothing to tell me. What's it going to tell me?
It's going to tell you to get a vaccine, I guess. that you don't have an immune system. I'm not poking fun at anything, but how does that even work? I think once you short circuit the fear. No, I do not want to update my carrier settings. Stop trying to hack my. AT&T has pushed this update thing twice in the last 2 days, and it says, "Do you want to update your carrier settings?" No, I don't want to update the little kernel of software that communicates with the cell phone towers. I don't want to be involved in the tracking program for COVID. I'm not interested. I haven't moved my device because it doesn't go anywhere. And I'm not going to update it and rootkit my... Sorry. Have you guys seen the Bloomberg article or any article talking about this tracking system that Google and Apple have developed?
I've heard of it. I looked into it a little
Yeah,
bit.
I've heard of it.
Oh, okay, well, just this morning I was checking news on this geek site that I've been reading for 20 years, and Peter Thiel, who is probably the most curmudgeonous turd in the Silicon Valley, and I don't mean anything bad about him, but nobody trusts Peter Thiel.
Yeah, I've heard.
Literally nobody trusts Peter Thiel. He has decided to volunteer to work with the U.S. government, and under his company, Palantir.
Mm-hmm.
Just, if you don't know who they are, look them up. You'll probably want to throw your computer out the window and set it on fire. But
that's what Quinn was all into researching before he decided he was going to ghost himself off the internet.
They're not tracking. This has nothing to do. I don't want to say the things that are in my head because I technically shouldn't. Because I know better than that. But this is so much more than what it's being described as to people, and it's not up to us to tell them about it because they wouldn't believe us anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be dangerous to us to say the things that we see.
Yeah. I don't think there's... Honestly, I think if if it's actually true that Google's lifting its censorship and, you know, people like us are allowed to speak a bit more freely, it's only because
they want to find us.
Well, that too. I'm pretty sure they already know, but aside from that, it's because there are not enough of the actual, you know, creatures that look like people running around outside that could do anything with the information if they were exposed to it. It's meaningless by this point. They don't need to hide anything.
Let's jump on that for a second. What do you mean? Because both the bottom folks here agree with that, and this seems like a potentially dangerous development in being fleeced in another way. It's stretching the leash out.
I just mean that enough people have been brainwashed and or taken by the mind virus and absorbed into the hive, or however you want to describe it, lose their self-autonomy. Enough of the percentage of the population has already had that to where if you released all of the information, then you would have the tiny percentage of what we call reals or aware people that are not yet privy to it, that would go like, oh my god, the sky's falling. And the rest of the people wouldn't even react because they aren't people anymore. Nothing would happen.
But what would be the utility of the fish tank aerator all of a sudden be turned up to high? Like, what would that accomplish? Why would they do that? They would have to have a reason for doing that.
You're talking about
we're
why?
the ones that get the reaction from, and they can.
What's the analogy? Please explain it. What's the analogy of fish aerator turning up?
Sure. Well, if we're living in this highly regimented world where there is not a whole lot of information being put out about what's actually going on in the world, and you're only getting snippets that are diluted, what would be the point of turning the volume up all the way to 11 and just telling everybody everything? What would the people who have been withholding the information, gain from doing that?
No, I'm not saying there would be a point in doing that. I'm just saying there isn't a point in holding as stringent of requirements on the so-called information dispersal technologies, which are Google, etc. There isn't as much of an energetic requirement to do that anymore. So if we see things lapsing, I feel like it's because the theys or whoever, they saw the percentage. They're like, oh, well, we have everybody. We don't need to be as strict on ourselves as far as suppressing certain informations.
It's because their plan is proceeding and it's gotten to a point where it doesn't matter anymore. And I'm not actually at liberty to go into it further because it's part of another thing, which is part of another thing, which is part of the best thing. And I don't want to sound vague and retarded, but it's not something that I should be talking about online.
Yeah,
but the end result is good.
Yeah, that would be nice. I don't know.
I wish you guys were just over here. I could explain this to you in person as long as you said that you wouldn't tell anybody about it.
Well, that's not really... Yeah.
Well, I had this dream the other night that lasted for hours, and it was very, very detailed. And I was told in the dream not to talk about this, so I was just going to say that it was important.
Maybe you can speak in parable, and we will get it. And then you won't be...
No, I've already said too much.
Then you won't be wrapped over the knuckles for exposing things.
No, I've already said too much. It's not about fear, it's about strategy.
Strategy from whose perspective?
All I can hear in my mind from the thing is, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. So I have to respect that.
Okay. What
kind of coffee are you drinking?
Hey, is there any
Sorry?
coffee?
What kind of coffee are you drinking?
Oh, it's that shitty Sumatran.
Oh, the one that you were telling me about?
Yeah.
Oh. I have this one right now, which is Yeah, I ground it kind of fine. But it's like right in between a light and a medium roast.
Nice.
It's a Guatemalan. The funny thing is people are like all ballyhoo about coffee from one place or another place, but there's good coffee everywhere. And there's bad coffee from everywhere too.
There's no bad
And
coffee
often
from
a very good coffee will get destroyed by a very bad roaster or by a machine.
From Omar?
Yep.
I said there's no bad coffee from Omar.
Oh no, there's bad coffee.
Not from
Just
you.
go to Denny's.
I'm talking about from you, Omar.
Close.
Wait, sorry, Andrea, I couldn't hear you. What?
I said there's no bad coffee from Omar.
Oh, I hope not. I wouldn't send it out.
Andrea, I love your hair.
Oh, thank you. An experiment.
Oh yeah, you cut your hair, didn't you?
I know, I dyed it.
She made it pink.
Oh,
She's a redhead?
It's
Pink.
not
something.
pink.
Oh shit, that's pretty. Yeah.
That's really...
I noticed in the picture
Thank
you
you.
guys posted in the park from a few days ago, something had changed, but I couldn't figure out what. There's like seldom few pictures of you that actually appear on the internet, so I was like, something's different. Yeah.
Daniel says he's having computer malfunctions. Actually, I forgot to send him the new link. Maybe I need to do this, because that's why.
That would probably be why.
That's why he's having computer malfunctions.
Well, I haven't flipped away from the screen, but I'm guessing he sent me several messages trying to figure out where we're at, because he's probably sitting in the Jitsi room by himself.
Aw.
Sorry, Daniel, in advance. Daniel. I know his wife is gonna snatch him back by around 12 o'clock anyway, so I'm not sure if it's worth it for him.
Oh, definitely.
He wants to come in.
Susie, are you working at the moment?
I'm an artist, so I work from home
She is, that
normally.
is Susie the artist.
Right.
Yeah?
Where are you? Are you in London?
I'm in the West Midlands.
West Midlands, in England?
Yes.
So, okay. And you said you're a martial art teacher, or
Yeah, I do teach
and
martial arts, yeah.
oh, that's nice. I was thinking about just before this. I've been thinking about it for a while of trying a keto.
Oh, definitely go for it.
I would like to, so I think
Yeah.
that might be my next plan. Which one do you do? You do several.
The main ones is I teach kickboxing and jiu-jitsu, taekwondo. There's other things in there. I mean, I like boxing. I love to box.
She's a good kick.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm missing my students at the moment. I'm missing the banter with the kids.
Oh, it's hard.
It is hard. I mean, one of my youngest students is 3 years old.
Oh
We've
my
got
god.
we've got some funny
Oh,
kids.
little children.
I'm
This matchup,
really missing
and
the
it's been
kids.
very close.
They-
Right, this has been a pretty
Sorry,
low
guys.
matchup thus far.
Sorry. My bad.
Oh,
We're watching YouTube with Gary, but it's like Russian roulette YouTube. We don't know what it is.
It's nerds talking about chess. That's all it is. Okay.
so Susie, do you paint?
Yeah, paint. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's the friend.
Do mixed media.
Go
Mostly,
on,
yeah. Painting and pastels.
That girl's name
Some
is Jenna.
collage as well.
Rosie Jenner.
So do you actually sell your finished paintings, or are they digital? Do you sell digital prints? Or?
Oh no, they're tangible. Yeah.
Do you have a website?
I'm on Instagram.
Okay, what's your...
Um,
Just find you.
if you put in my name, it's Susie McCormack. So I figured out Instagram without a mobile phone after 2 years. just about 2 weeks ago was a
I didn't know you could do that.
So I've just
Well, they make it really, really hard. I'm a nerd and I can't figure out how to use Instagram.
Oh, it took me 2 whole years, and I was about to give up, and I don't want to get a smartphone, and I was so amazed when I finally had to do this sneaky workaround.
Does it let you browse it without being logged in?
Is this
I don't know. I don't. I log in, but it just means that I don't want to have the internet when I leave the house.
Susie, is this you?
Oh,
Yeah.
found you.
Yeah, that's it.
perfect?
Yeah.
Let me see. How do you spell it? Susie Person.
I tried selling paintings, but nobody wanted to buy them. They said, "Oh, they're beautiful, 40 likes, this and that." But they just. So how do you selling them?
Well, selling online is hard, but I sell to people,
Yeah, the only
more in the
sales
area.
I made.
Maybe eventually I'll get to sell on online.
The only sales I made were people I actually knew.
Yeah, but I'm hoping to have a show after this summer
That's really cool.
again. Yeah, I did one. I had one last year, and it was good. So I've got a lot of work that I would like to have humans looking at.
We just need to retool what we, as a society, deem to be essential. Just flip whatever we have now, just turn it around, completely invert it, and then we'll just be back to regular.
Yeah, I think it's happening though.
So take financial institutions and banks and, all of these, like, insurance companies, all the stuff that just, like, pushes numbers back and forth. Put those at the bottom, because we have utility for it. We have use for that, like some tiny amount. And then art and good food and resource-based living and, compassion, empathy, all these things.
Helping
Put those
people.
back to the top. Very simple. And then the humans will be cared for again, because that's all we need.
Yeah.
Gary, if you know any people that write code, I've got like 40 websites. I don't write code, that's why I'm asking. That are just ready to go from utrade or willyoutrade.me to lettuce.trade to yousellstuff.com, youmakestuff.com, etc., etc., etc. It's the ideas are there. I just don't know how to fucking do this part. Otherwise, it would have been there already.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I know anybody that codes.
Joe Biden, he's getting people to learn to code.
Joe Biden is over there probably doing this with somebody else's dick.
Oh, he's hilarious. He's very fun watching him glitch out all the time. It's priceless, the clips of him. They can't even get 4 words together now without...
These people are on shitloads of drugs, right?
I don't know if it's drugs. I think maybe drugs and other things. I don't know how you can explain. I believe that people are taking him as listening to what he's saying, and I just can't believe that people are going, this is a person that we should listen to, and he's good.
I got an email from a friend that I respect that was like some kind of critical analysis on the president, and I thought, I was like, okay, I really respect this person. Let me just look at this for a second. And I was roasting coffee, and I'm in my kitchen, and it's like, can you guys still hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Donald Trump has destroyed the country he promised to make great again. The world has loved and hated, da-da-da. U.S. President Donald Trump has claimed he was being sarcastic and testing the media when he raised the idea that injecting blah, blah, blah. However bad things are for most rich democracies, it is hard not to feel sorry for Americans, blah, blah, blah. Will America prestige ever recover, blah, blah, blah. It is one thing to be powerless in the face of natural disaster, quite another to watch vast power being squandered in real time, blah, blah, blah. It is hard to remember now, but even in 2017 when he took off, blah, and I was just like, there's like 10 more paragraphs and then a picture, and I was just like, what? Oh, look at the nice tree outside. What planet do I live on? Yeah, I've heard him talk for maybe 30 seconds in his entire presidency. Or
I don't
are we
know.
on the second one now, or the first one still? I don't even know.
First.
No, we're still on. I don't know. We're in 2020, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, has he
Nick,
gone around again? Because they're not going to elect any of the other ones that are running.
I don't know if they're. I don't know if timeline will totally just veer off somewhere else, and there'll be.
You're asking if Trump
Well-
is elected yet?
Well, I might be wrong, but I don't
Second
think
term.
any of the, because I haven't looked at the genealogy, but I don't think any of the other people that are actually running are in the bloodline.
Ah. That would make sense.
Trump is related to Obama. There's a girl that I know in that I had to ignore because she's just off in her own world, and I respect her. But she's related to the Fords. Like her last name is actually Ford. And the Ford family, of the Gerald Ford, is related to Obama. She's Obama's third cousin, actually, twice removed. But the point is, these people are all coming off of the same apple tree. So I don't think there's any candidate that's in the family besides Trump. So they'll just elect him again because they tend to do that every 20 years anyway.
Why is there no more
And-
aside from him? Are they all dead or something?
No, they're being groomed. They're not ready yet.
Oh.
Like, remember how Clinton got twice and Bush got twice and Obama got twice? Well, they do that. They've been doing that more or less since we were born.
So you're saying that it has never changed to be somebody actually representing the common people, ever?
There were two. Lincoln,
And Reagan?
although he was also in the bloodline, but he defected, and that's why they assassinated him. And Andrew Jackson. And then he also met a deleterious endpoint. But JFK was also in the bloodline, but he was also gotten rid of because he got a wild hair up his ass. But they are all related to William the Lionheart of Scotland and King George I of England. Every single president since George Washington. It's been one family the entire time, and whoever is old enough and capable enough, they get trained and groomed into the role, and then they're put up, and then they win, and they put on this funny puppet show every 4 years to pretend that you have some say in it.
Well, we have 1 minute left in this show, and I'm not going to continue it because I have things to do. And I'm also slightly annoyed at the level of technological fuckery, even though there's none right now, but still. It's been
Oh,
fun.
you just bought a guitar. Let's see this thing.
I showed it
Play
already.
the guitar, Gary.
I already
I
showed
didn't
it.
see it.
Yeah, I have 30
Go
seconds
ahead.
to show you.
Get it. Get it. Get it. Get
It's
it.
in the corner by the bookcase.
Oh, I don't know if we can do this. It's so far away.
Run!
He's gonna take his fucking time.
It's gonna blink out, but this is it.
Ooh,
$25.
make a noise with it.
It needs to be
Shiny.
tuned. No, it needs to be tuned.
It needs to be tuned.
You gotta tune it. It's flat.
I know. I haven't even done anything with it yet.
I'll give you a hint. You're about 2 notes down on each one of those strings. Tune upwards.
Okay. Yeah, they're really loose. That means they're loose, right? Okay, that's it. Show's over. Thank God. I know they're still listening, so it doesn't mean I don't love you guys. I need me time.
Oh.
Very scary time. But of course, thanks for hanging out, everyone. I'll see you next time. Peas and rice.
Oh god, I finally figured out how to do this.
Peas and rice.